Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture.
And welcome to my 6th episode of Saturday Morning Makes for 2025.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning makes. Happy Saturday morning. I welcome you in. I thank you for spending some time with me and for clicking on this video. Before we even jump in, the housekeeping, if you have not already subscribed, I invite you to go ahead and do that because I would love to have you back. Often if we wait till the end, we just forget. And go ahead and hit that like button as well. If you get to the end and you dislike the video, you can always unlike. But again, we tend to forget. So just a reminder here in the beginning, I would just love and invite your participation however you choose to do so. So with that being said, Saturday Morning Makes. If you are unfamiliar, it is a weekly open art collaborative hosted and imagined by our beautiful Jillian Norwood. And it has changed from its inception in that in the beginning it was just intended to be a once a week thing. And I will link you to Jillian Norwood's channel downstairs in my description box. And she always gives a little bit more of an overview of what her intentions were and things like that. So, but with that part said, it has, like I said, grown. It's much bigger than it used to be or than it was originally intended. And now we post whenever we're ready because not everybody's able to create and post on Saturday mornings. So we post throughout the week. We post on whichever social media platform we're inclined to. We can make videos or not. We have a Facebook group called Saturday Morning Makes and Today's Too, which is hosted by the amazing Jana of Jana Stamps. And there's lots of different ways that you can engage in this particular project. And with this hashtag, there are several others that also kind of, I'll say conjoin, I guess, for lack of a better word again. Hashtag 2crafters1design. We have 3 beautiful hosts, and each week they have a different prompt, if you will, or theme. I am not sure what it is this week. I often can't keep up with that one just because life is lifing, as it does for all of us. I'm currently hosting one called for the hashtag for the love of snowmen. In January, we did snowmen in January 2025, and we decided to extend that. So all of my cards, no, not all of my cards, all but one of my cards today are for that hashtag as well. And then I know Beck Ann of Beck and Sam, I can't remember. I think she might have 2 different ones going on. One about using your stash, and I can't remember what the other one is, but I feel like she has 2. And my friend Carol over at Free Spirit Arts isn't doing a hashtag per se, but she has invited everyone to contact her if they would like to participate in her giveaway. She's just asking that anyone who wants to be included in the giveaway send her something that reminds you, the maker, of winter. It can be a tag, it can be whatever you want, something simple. She doesn't need a package full of goodies like we tend to like to send to one another, but just your entry and with your name and information on the back side because she's about to make her drawing. So the giveaway includes 2 die sets from My Creative Time. It's a Santa Ginger, and I can't remember what the other one is, but 2 die sets from My Creative Time. Oh, that's a lot, and I'm sure there's more. There's a Declutter and Organize for 2025. I know I didn't say that in the right order, but that's another hashtag you can participate in. And there's so many others, guys. There's so many others. Just listen. There's Mary Gunn Fun, who has her weekly craft collaborative called Craft Roulette, I believe is what it's called. All kinds of different things. So it will not take a lot for you to find something to engage in or participate in. And it's just fun. It's a way to engage with other crafters. It's a way to kind of spread your wings and maybe learn different creative techniques and use things that maybe you hadn't in the past, that kind of thing. So, but of course, there's never any obligation to participate in any of them. We just love that you're here with us and that you are engaging with us in whatever way you choose. And with all of that, again, I thank you. Oh, I'm going to take a breath and then we will jump in. So this is my stack that I'm going to share with you. This one is from last week, but I want to show you the products that I used first before I jump into those. So you may have noticed that, or maybe you didn't because I don't have it on top, but I did use this hemp twine on several of my cards today. This is purchased at Walmart, and it was, recommended by the amazing Anna White, and I purchased it online and I love it. Then I also used my Tim Holtz Ideology Small Talk. This is occasions, and it's the different holidays throughout the year. They have them in black, black on white and then white on black, and they're the same ones, but it goes from New Year's all the way through to Christmas. So I really enjoy those and have had fun with them. I also use this sweet little cotton lace again. This one happens to be from Joann's, but you can find similar things at Dollar Tree, I understand, and I'm sure other stores carry similar laces as well. And then I did use my Arches watercolor, my cold press watercolor, and I love it, and I'm going to just use it. I have decided I'm just going to use it. It's not so precious that it can't be used. And then I have this set of tags. It's a variety. This is 2 sets right here, and then this is actually 3. This wasn't intended to be a tag, but I used it on one of the cards. In fact, it's the card from last week, and it actually came from a die set from Studio Light and Art by Marlene. It's part of her Arabia line, and it's a basically it's a little journal set, but the whole journal is in this shape, and it's about this big. It's maybe it's 6 by 6, maybe not quite 6, but that's what this came from. I love this kind of shape. So pretty. And then for a brief moment, I used this. In fact, if I didn't tell you that there was any kind of plaid scratchy background on this particular project, you may not know. It just kind of looks like hash marks, actually, the way that I've used the stamp. But love this one from Whimsy. I also used this set from MFT. This little snowman is the most joyful snowman in my life. And I have quite a few snowmen. I think a lot of us have quite a few snowmen, to be honest. Let me see if I can get him on there right so we can see him better. That's a little bit better. He's so dang joyful. So on the project that he's on, I've also used this little tree. But I love that. I used this die set. It's the Wonky Stitch Rectangle dies from Whimsy. Let me get those all together. And I used this particular wreath frame. It's a rectangular wreath. This is what it looks like. It is from Elizabeth Crafts, and it's called Twiggy Things, 2136 Twiggy Things. It's a really sweet set. And then I also use these little snowflake dies from Impression Obsession, created by Anna White, as well as this Prim Snowman, again by Impression Obsession, created by Anna White. And if you're not aware, IO is out of business now. And I also used a couple of these different rectangular dies from MFT again. And I also used this little sweet Harlequin, the Love Harlequin. I don't know, it's just adorable, those sweet little hearts. And it is from Technique Junkies. Love that. I also used this eyelet, primitive eyelet die, and I also used the regular Prim Heart die. It's a eyelet primitive heart, and that is what it looks like. Can you see all that detail on there? It's very pretty. And then I also use this one, and they layer together beautifully. And then I use this Love You die from Catherine Pooler. I've used it several times this year for what season are we in? Valentine's Day. I also used this adorable sweet one called Cozy Wishes by Sweet Miss Daisy Designs, which again is the creator is Anna White. Same with these dies from IO. Same person, different company. And then I use this die from Whimsy Stamps. I started to say I cannot remember, but maybe, let me Give it just a little bit of effort to think. I think it is the notched, stitched rectangular dies, if I'm not mistaken. There's a bunch of different excess things in there and excess die cuts, but this particular one is the one that I used. And then I also used my Sprinkle Scallop rectangle die, this largest one. I may have used one of these as well, but I'm not sure. I think one of these goes in another die set. I think this one doesn't go here. I think, yep. And then I also used this die from Pink Fresh Studio. It is from their Essentials line. This is a slim line cut, and it is called Slim Ornate Banner. It's a really pretty set, and again, I love this kind of shape. And then finally, I use this Slapstick Cling by Penny Black, and it is called Blissful Blossoms. Now, I have a whole story behind why I love cherry blossoms, but I'm not going to go into all of that right now. If I remember, I'll try to link y'all to a video where I talk a little bit more about it. It's a solemn little video, but it's kind of me sharing my heart and what the significance of those are. So let me move these out of the way. And then I also used my gel pen, but I also use this souffle pen, and I use this gold contour. And this again is created by Vicky Papiano for Stamperia, and it's basically like an acrylic paint, but it has a beautiful shine, and you can use it like enamel dots, or you can use it to paint with, or you can use it to make splatter. You can use it in lots of different ways. So there are those. If I used anything else, I'm sure it will come up as I talk about it. But this, I want to start with sharing this card. This one I actually made last week, and I had asked you guys for your guidance, your input, your opinions on the confetti, because I just couldn't decide. But I ended up going with the white snowflakes. Almost everybody recommended the white snowflakes, so that was a no-brainer. And obviously it pulls out the little bit of white that's on there, and it reinforces the snowflake charm, which I love this charm. But we also needed that sparkle and shine, so I think these are the Clear Ice Sparkle Gems. And do you see how that light picks up? Now that I'm saying it's ice, I don't think that it is, and I can't remember the name of the other one. And the reason that I'm saying that is because this doesn't just reflect light, but it also refracts color. So one of them, I think the ice is just light. There's no color, but this one obviously has some color to it. But I love this, and you can see that I went crazy. I just had to. I've got them all the way from down here up in this kind of angular direction, but then I have a couple that kind of stray from that path. But I think the card is super cute. I love those confetti, and again, those are both from this Calls for Confetti. I just did a little bit on the inside and a little bit on the back, and that is it for this card. But since I asked your guys' opinion and I got so much feedback, I really wanted to show you guys, so that is what I did. Now, I don't know which one to start with. Oh, you know what else I used before I start with the others? This is where I used my Derwent Graphitant paints. They're so amazing. Obviously, I'm still learning them. They're brand new. They seem to be very soft, actually, but I like them a lot. A lot. And the other day, I actually did a video where I was swatching them out, which I don't usually find a lot of value in swatching. I'm not generally a swatcher. But this was my swatch, and then this was me playing. And what I'm going to do is cut this off, and this will be part of a slimline card, because I don't want to cut it apart. I like the whole thing together. And this, I don't know if I'll keep it as a swatch, or as I get used to the paints, I might make a card out of it. I don't know. Anna White has a video where she uses a lot of her swatches, and so I followed her lead. And I used that slapstick stamp to make this swatch into a card. And this is where I use that the die from Pink Fresh, and this is from Catherine Pooler. This sentiment is from Cozy Wishes by Miss Anna White, and then this is the die from Whimsy Stamps. And then of course there's some of that trim right there. And I love that gold embossing. That gold emboss is from Imagine. Now this one is clear, but I have another one that's gold. And I know they were going to stop selling their embossing powder, so they may not have that anymore. But, you know, you can use any gold embossing powder. You can use any embossing powder you wish. But way back when, and I don't know how long ago that was, but I used to do this kind of technique a lot. And basically you stamp out your image and then you heat emboss it. And then what I would do is rub my edges into the embossing pad and dip my edges into the embossing powder and create that what I called grungy elegant look. And I think it's very, very pretty. It's very time consuming and it makes a huge mess, but I think the results are well worth it. Y'all tell me what you think. And that background just became the background, right? It's not even, doesn't even look like a swatch, but I did some color blocking on the background with different scraps actually from my scrap drawer, just to pull out some of those colors that are in that swatch, and I think it turned out really pretty. Now this red is a little more bold than this down here. What color was that? This color is called Autumn Brown. You can see that there. And it's actually right here, this is the same paper as that. And right here it makes sense, right? It's just a deeper shade of that. But over here, I don't know, it looks a little disconnected to me, but y'all tell me what you think. Now I thought about putting confetti of some sort on this one as well, but I thought that embossing powder created all the shine and interest that I needed. So y'all tell me what you think. But I've done nothing on the inside or the backs of any of these that I'm sharing today except this guy that I made last week. But there is that. It's kind of a mini slim line. The measurements are a little off, but I don't know. It'll fit in a 5x7 envelope, so I'm not worried about it. And then next I made Be Still My Heart. Look at that. Let me scooch these out of the way so they don't take attention. This is another swatch, and then I just used the inside die from one of the die sets. It may have been, so this is the Sprinkles rectangle die. Let me slow myself down. And I think that this, the die that I cut this out was either from this set, or it may have been one of the rectangles from MFT that don't have any kind of edging or anything. It just has this, I don't know if you can see it, this kind of embossed effect there just from going through the die cutting machine. It's a really clean, crisp finish. And then I stamped out this sweet baby and colored her up with my Olo markers. And I used a little bit of Stickles that I have left in a jar. And then I forgot that the Stickles were wet and I turned it over and I smushed it all over the desk. So if you see shine elsewhere, that's why. But I just think it turned out super, super cute. Excuse me. Now this is where I wrapped that twine around it and then used my hot glue gun to glue it down and added a button from my stash. This one I'm sure is from Lisa. Not Lisa, what in the world? Tina over at Crafty Bean. She sent me a big bunch of them. And then this sentiment is from that Tim Holtz Occasions Small Talk set. Is it Small Talk? It is. So I think that's really, really cute. And then again, nothing on the inside or the back. So I think it's absolutely adorable. I love this swatch on the back side. It's very much a clean and simple card, which we know I don't do. But I love it. And then the next one I made had nothing to do with swatches, but I am in love nonetheless. So this is that primitive snowman die from Anna, and then this of course is a primitive heart, and then the eyelet primitive heart, and these are the snowflakes. And of course some more of that sweet little trim, and this is that heart, no, what is it called? Love Harlequin background, and I stamped it with Versamark. Yeah, Versamark, and then heat embossed in this clear. I'm just trying to use these up. I did a little bit of ink blending with some tea dye ink, and then this is where you can see I use that scratchy plaid background from Whimsy, and it really just kind of looks like hash marks until you look at it up close, but it just adds a little bit of interest and texture. And then I colored up the scarf and the snowman's cheeks and the nose as well with my Olos. I love this kind of tea dye ombre effect. Not tea dye, dip dye. And then I did a little bit of ink blending on the snowman around the edges as well as the snowflakes. And then this is where, now these two dies, or these two shapes, have dies that come with the Prim Snowman. But I used the gold contour from Vicky Papiano on both the star and the heart, as well as the centers of each of the snowflakes and that glorious splatter. Can you see that? Is the light hitting it? And I love the shine on the embossing in the background as well. And then this guy, I think I used one of the dies from MFT to trim down this layer, as well as this one. And oh, I did put that on the inside only because I felt the craft was a little too dark. So I pulled out another sheet of this, cut it with the die from MFT, and this stamp, or this die cut, was in my stash. I'm not even sure what that is made out of. It almost feels like a faux leather. But then I did just a little bit of the splatter on the back as well, and then I called this one done. But I absolutely love it. I love these little dots here. These got mushed a bit, but I love those. And then finally, I have my most joyful snowman. Look at him. Now, I know I have him up close and personal, but I also want you to look at that background. That was another swatch. I love it. It makes like an aurora sky, an aurora borealis, the northern lights. And I just, this is that rectangular frame from, was it Elizabeth Crafts? I think it was called Twiggy Things, the whole set. And it just looked like the perfect frame to me, kind of a rustic twiggy frame. And then I cut this little scene down, or this little swatch down to fit within the opening of the frame. And then I stamped, colored, and fussy cut him out. And then I just, with my scissors, just made a rough hill and adhered it to the background, and then adhered the whole thing to the frame. And then same with this little tree. I just stamped it out and colored the trunk, and that's it. I didn't do anything else to that tree. And then the wonky stitched rectangle dies for both of these. And I forgot to leave this embossing folder out. But it is from Joann's from a million years ago. It's, as you can see, it's just a large dot and some more of this trim, and you can never have too much happy. And I feel like that sums it all up perfectly. And again, Olos, and I created just a little bit of shadow under both of them. And I took an ink pad, I think this was tea dye as well, and went across the polka dots just so they would stand out a little bit more and have that tone on tone. And then I took milled lavender and spun sugar around the edges of this pink layer, and just kind of distress those edges a little bit. And again, nothing on the inside or the back. And those, sweet friends, are my cards for this week. I love them all so much. And again, this is for hashtag for the love of snowmen. And we did for the love of because, of course, it's Valentine's month, right? Valentine's Day was yesterday. I hope you all had a lovely one. I hope you celebrated with whomever it is you consider your Valentine. For me, it's my children. My kitty cat is a close second, but... And I'm going to put this one down here, but just another reminder that I actually made this one last week. And I will try to remember to link to that video as well. So guys, I thank you so much for coming. I thank you for stopping by. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have shared anything for Saturday Morning Makes or for hashtag for the love of snowmen. I've been seeing a lot. I'm not able to comment on everything, but I am seeing it. I'm trying to like and love and all those things. If I'm seeing it on YouTube, I'm usually watching it on my TV, so I can't comment. If I remember, I'm able to give a thumbs up, but sometimes I'm just in the throes of something and I don't remember, so I do apologize. But then I try to go back and remember what I did and what I didn't do and try to remedy that. But I'm watching, I'm seeing, and I'm so appreciative of you guys participating and all the beautiful inspiration. This has been so much fun. And also, if somebody has a plan for a hashtag in March and or April, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to host another one, but if I can't come up with anything, I will follow and hopefully participate in another one as well. So let me know what you got going on and what your thoughts might be. And until next time, y'all, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Mwah. Thank you once more for stopping in, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.